Good morning. So, going to start my yoga practice this morning, and I decided to record it since we don't have a teacher. He went out of town. So, I'm going to do that. So, take a nice deep breath as you settle into your body, coming into a comfortable seated position with your seat bones really pressing into the mat beneath you. Feeling your shoulders roll up and back. Taking a nice deep inhalation and exhaling, softening in the center as you exhale, lifting up through the crown of the head as you inhale. Feeling your attention in that point right between the center of your eyebrows and the middle of your forehead. Awakening your higher consciousness. Feeling that connection with every inhalation. Bring your palms to the center of your chest, pressing your thumbs into your sternum to lift your sternum a little higher, rolling your shoulders back, taking a nice deep inhalation. I bow to the rishis, yogis, and yoginis who came before us with their guidance and grace. Let us begin this practice. Bow your head towards your chest, towards your thumbs. And now lift your head. Taking a nice deep inhalation, press the backs of your hands onto the tops of your thighs. Lifting your ribs up above your hips so you can feel your ribs rise up out of your torso. With each inhalation, you feel your diaphragm lift your ribs up higher out of your torso. Now we're going to come onto our hands and knees. And I want you to really focus on pressing each finger into your mat as though you're holding a basketball. Strength in your fingers prevents injury in your wrist. So you must be strong. Don't just be lazy and do what your body automatically does. Bring your mind into your body by focusing and pressing your palms so that you're lifting your body up. Still feeling your shoulders go back onto your body so that you're engaging your shoulder blades on your back. Taking a nice deep inhalation, coming into a cat-cow. So lift as you exhale. Round as you inhale. I like to do it this way. You can do it the other way. It doesn't really matter. As long as your breath and your body meld and marry into each movement. Marrying your breath with your movement. Creating a little bit of a meditation with your breath and movement. Getting used to controlling your breath with your mind. Oxygenating your body helps your brain work better. Okay, so now let's come to a neutral spine. Let's bring our right hand and loop it underneath our left, pressing the side of your head into the mat and using your neck to lift a little bit out of that. Using your left hand on the floor to press your body up while you press your head into the floor. So you're getting a little bit of a neck exercise in this as well as a gentle twist. Just warming up our bodies. And now let's press our right palm into the floor and twist to the other side with our left hand threading underneath our right. Again, pressing the side of your head into the mat Warming up our necks here and getting a little twist in your body. Couple of breaths here. Now come back onto your hands and knees. Very good. Now let's curl our toes underneath. Pressing your palms, like I said, I'd rather have you have a little bit slight rotation outward to maintain your shoulders. So you're not going inward, but you're going outward. There's an outward rotation of your arms. So now lift up. As you inhale, pressing your palms to press your hips up in the air, keeping your legs slightly bent to really just lift your hips up in the air for the first downward facing dog. Your feet can be hips distance or further. You can actually take them the width of the mat for the first one for your lower back to be released. And keeping a slight bend in your knees, pressing your palms to press your hips higher up into the sky. Release your head between your arms so that your ears are next to your arms. And slowly start to gently straighten your legs, but not hyperextending for any of you that are very flexible. Flexibility is not good without strength. It will cause damage. So, keeping your strength in your legs as you straighten your legs. Lifting your kneecaps to engage your quads. Take a few breaths here. Now look up as you step forward, coming to the top of your mat, keeping a slight bend in your knees, lengthening your spine, lengthening your ribs away from your hips, feeling that extension of the spine, relaxing in the neck as you bring yourself into a forward fold, gently releasing the neck down towards the floor, or if you need blocks, this is where you would use the blocks. If you cannot keep your spine straight and you have to take it out in your vertebrae, don't do that, just use blocks. That's fine, you're still getting the hamstring stretch, still lengthening your spine, but if you're flexible, bring your hands to the floor, lengthen your spine straight down. Feeling your head and neck release, feeling all the tension release as you allow your head to soften. Taking a breath to come up, lifting your arms all the way up. With an exhalation, releasing your arms down. Good. Back up. And with an exhalation, fold forward. Lifting your chest as you come to the floor or to your blocks. And now placing your hands onto the floor to come back into downward facing dog. Warming up again. Feeling pressing your palms into the floor to lift your hips. Keeping a slight bend in your knees at first. Really lifting your hips up into the air. And now we're going to come into plank. So our first plank is going to be on our knees. So bring your knees to the floor. And again, this is where you really want to feel your hands strong. As though you're holding a basketball. So you don't take it out on in your wrists. And then come up to where your body is over your palms. So you're in a plank. Hold it there for a few breaths, taking nice long deep breaths. And on the third breath, slowly lower down and bring your pelvis to the floor. Now lift your chest up and you're going to do a gentle cobra, keeping your arms slightly bent to roll your shoulders back. Now let's just do a couple of shoulder rolls here to get that action going. Look over your right shoulder, pulling your shoulder back as you look down your right leg. Breathe in, come to the center. And as you exhale, go to the left and look down the left thigh and bring your left shoulder back as you're doing so. Breathing here for a second. And come forward and now feel your shoulders and roll them back. Good. Now pressing your feet into the floor, your toes, to lift up into downward facing dog. Lifting your hips in the air. Feeling that stretch. Feels so good on the vertebrae as you press your palms to lift your hips. Softening in the center, lowering your head to between your arms. Taking an inhalation and jumping or stepping between your hands. Very good. Now just softly, if you need your blocks, stay here on your blocks. If you want to go deeper, press your palms into the mat and gently lower your crown of your head. Lengthening your spine. Taking a deep inhalation to lift up and come up again. Now, take a step back with your left leg, coming into our first lunge. Bring your palms to the floor. Since it's our first one, I'd like to warm up here for a moment. If you want to bring your blocks to warm up, that's fine too. Depends on where you are. This is a really good warm up. You're on your back, heel is up, and you're on your toes. So you're getting a stretch of that back foot and that front leg. Now let's come up. Good. Bring your arms into cactus arms so you can feel your shoulder blades on your back. Breathing into your chest as you lift it with your shoulder blades on your back. Opening, softening in your face, softening in your jaw. And bring your hands back to your blocks or to the floor. Stepping back into a downward facing dog. And stepping your right leg forward. And if you were on blocks in the beginning, stay on your blocks for this one as well. Allowing your body to settle into this pose for a moment. Feeling the stretch in that back hip flexor of your right leg now. I like to give myself a little stretch here. And then come up. Cactus arms, lifting your chest. Breathing into that chest cavity. One more nice deep breath here. And bring your palms down to the floor. Pressing back into downward facing dog. Coming into plank again. If you want to bring your knees to the floor, you can, or you can do a full plank this time. Taking a nice deep breath. And lowering to chaturanga. Taking a breath in chaturanga. Bring your pelvis to the floor on the exhalation. And lift your chest as you inhale. Stay here for a moment. Breathing into your chest, getting a nice back bend as you pull the palate back. So you're pulling the back of your head back. And feel it soften in the jaw, soften in the neck. As you lift up. Exhale to downward facing dog. And now you're going to step your right leg forward. We're going to come into Anjaneyasana. So you're going to bring your left knee down to the floor. I like to stay here just for another second to allow your body to get used to this pose. Really feel it in my hip flexor in the back leg in this one. Okay, so now come up into the pose. Once again, cactus in your arms to lift your chest. This time, after you cactus your arms and you feel the energetic motion of your shoulder blades on your back, keeping those shoulder blades on your back while you look up and lift your arms. Feeling your shoulder blades on your back while you lift your arms. That is the key. That is an advanced pose. A lot of people can't do that yet. It takes a little bit of practice. So that's what I'm getting you to do. Practice this. And then bring your palms down. Lift your head. Take a breath, and you're gonna lift, you're gonna press the back leg into the floor to come into downward facing dog again. Take a breath in downward facing dog. And press your left foot forward to Anjaneyasana on the other side. And once again, one nice breath here while we're transitioning, allowing your body to open, feeling that hip flexor open as you allow your body to get used to this shape. And now press your back foot into the floor to lift up. So you're pushing your back knee into the floor. Not your foot, just the knee. But you also feel your foot in the floor as you press. So what you're actually doing here is you're pressing your front leg beyond your ankle, which we never do with weight-bearing poses, but because we have the back leg down, it's not weight-bearing. So you get this nice stretch in the front calf. It's really good for people like me who have worn high heels in the past. So now lift your chest. And again, do that arm straightening thing where you feel your shoulder blades engaged. Just lifting your arms straight up in the air, allowing your head to look up with your arms. Breathing and bringing your palms back down. Take a nice deep breath and push back into downward facing dog. Good. Now bring your right leg forward, and we're gonna do a hip stretch. Some people call it lizard in their new flow class. It's not a traditional yoga pose name. So you can leave your back knee down, okay, that's fine, but bring your you're keeping your right leg up like this, and you want to try to keep it parallel so that it's not going in or out. Bring your right palm to the floor, and then I like to have my left hand on the floor and really work my shoulder back while I do this. Otherwise, you can do funny things to your shoulders and hurt them. So you can keep your back leg down, your knee, or you can lift it here and really go deeper into this hip opening pose. You can feel the stretch. So it depends on where you are, and you can feel where your body needs to be. Take 5 deep breaths here. Okay, stepping back into downward facing dog. Taking a nice deep inhalation here and release. Now, with an inhalation, as you exhale, bring your left leg forward, bringing your right knee to the floor. Bring your right palm to the floor, and you can take your optional. You can take your left arm next to your left leg, keeping that back left knee down on the floor. Now, if you keep this arm on the floor, remember to work that shoulder back. Okay, this in itself is a good hip opener. If you want to take it a little deeper, more strength, lift that back knee off of the floor and take 5 breaths here. Okay, pressing back into downward facing dog. Look up and jump or step your feet between your hands. Lengthen out of the spine and fold deeper if you can. And rise up. Now I'm going to do some handstand, which you can do or not. If you don't do handstand, then do L pose. L pose is a good preparation for handstand. It's how you warm up. And basically L pose I'll do first to show you. You get on your hands and knees in front of the wall behind you. In front of the wall behind you. Okay, and then you want to measure that you're about one leg length away before you even go down, if you want to be precise. And then that's where your hands go, where your feet were. I like to go a little further out. It's a little easier at first for you beginners. And then just place your hands comfortably, bend your legs, and then straighten them, and then look at the wall where you're going to put your feet. Put your feet on the wall, and then see how I'm too close. So go a little further away. And then put your foot on the wall and walk up on the wall. And this could be a lot, just getting used to being upside down, orienting yourself, and it's a lot of strength in your arms. And that could be enough, just that alone for you if you're beginning. Okay? And you can come back and forth, going in and out of it to practice while I do this handstand for other people who want to go a little deeper. So let's do a handstand. So first, with the hands, you want to press your hands to where they're actually slightly rotating outward instead of inward. Some people do this. Don't do that. What you're doing is you're actually creating your shoulders go into the socket by rotating outward. So you want to rotate them outward into their socket. Otherwise, you're actually bringing them out of the socket, causing shoulder injury. So you want to rotate them outward. Okay? So pressing your palms, I pretty much always, because I have shoulder issues, so I pretty much always have my hands like this. That's going to prevent shoulder injury because I'm forcing myself to rotate them the correct position. Okay? And then I take a deep breath. And I kick up. Now I'm going to try some at the wall. So I want to get some actual time in. And I'm not that good to stand away from the wall for a long period of time. So for me, I just want to get stronger. So I like to do 1 minute at the wall. I'm not going to do that today because that would be boring for all of you. But if you want to do 1 minute, put this on pause and do a minute. I'll do it after this. So, very good. Now if you'd like to try forearm balance, the first best way to try it is with your palms interlaced, and you want your shoulders, your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. I would say do this against a wall if you're new to it, for sure. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. For me, I like to do it with my hands on the floor. I have more control. That's because I've been doing it a while and I have that strength. So as you practice, you will get different levels of strength. It will make things easier. Everybody is different. So if you want to do it against the wall, go for it. Get in your hand balancing. Great. So now let's take a little breath. Let's do some pigeon. So if you have any kind of injury with your knee, or if you're just starting this, do it with your knee elevated. Don't do it with a wooden block like I am. You could use a towel, you could use a pillow, anything. A wooden block would hurt if you're not used to it. Oh, maybe it won't hurt too much, but it can be a little rough on the edge. So you can bring a pillow folded, and then I like to use my blocks to sit up because I want to be in my strength here. I'm very flexible, so I can do the pose like this, and I can even do it engaged like this. Really, I can do it, but I'm teaching, and a lot of, especially women, are extremely flexible. That's not good because you're going to injure yourself. You want to use your strength with your flexibility. Ligaments are not elastic. When you stretch them, they will not go back. You have to then use your muscle to keep your bones in place instead of just your ligaments. It becomes very exhausting. So, see how I like to just stay engaged in pigeon the whole time by being upright. It is not a forward fold. It is a back bend. So, I like to grab my back leg if I can. If you can't, that's fine. Eventually you'll be able to. Even if you can just do it with one hand for a second, you're getting somewhere. Even if you have to trade till you get used to going back. Okay, now let's do the other side. I would rather do 2 of them and go deeper the second time than one really long one. I feel like you can make more progress that way. Opening up on the first pose and then going back to it. So, again, prop under knee to protect the knee. And on that back knee, you're actually going above the kneecap. So you don't hurt your kneecap when you're pressing into the floor. Breathing here, lifting your spine up out of your vertebrae, lengthening upward. If you need a block to balance, that's fine. After a while, you will not need one anymore. Unless you're having a bad day, which everyone has bad days, right? Never judge yourself. Never be harsh on yourself if you need some extra prop that one day. Every day is different. And let's grab that back foot for a second. Even if you have to keep your hand on the floor while you grab that back foot to open it, that's fine. But you're getting that back bend in, you see? Don't go forward. Reclining pigeon. Yeah, maybe it might be a hip opener, but it's not the pose. You're never going to advance if you don't do a back bend in pigeon. The studios don't teach this anymore, and it's very frustrating. Classic yoga is the way to go, people. Not this new fast flow. You want to stay in a pose so long, you want out of it. You don't want to jump in and out. That's how you cause injury. Strength. Slow, concentrated strength. So let's go to the first side again. And for you newbies, still keep that prop under your knee, unless you just know you don't need it. But I say everyone needs it. My teacher still uses it for his knees. Okay, now let's grab that back leg with both hands if we can. And let's just stay here for 3 breaths. Really pressing both your arms and your legs evenly. So you're not just using your leg or you're not just using your arms, you're using both evenly. And release. Coming into downward facing dog. Transitions can be beautiful and they prevent injury if you do them right. So from downward facing dog, you bring your left leg in front of you. And then you work your right leg behind you. Okay, now let's grab that back leg. Sometimes you can't get both hands on that back leg, and that's okay. Just take turns doing both of them until maybe you can. And then remember again, even arms and legs. Three breaths here. And release. And now pressing your palms to step that leg back into downward facing dog. See how beautifully you can transition? And take 5 breaths here in downward facing dog. Okay, come forward onto your knees. We're going to do Virasana now. So, looking behind you as you spread your feet apart, keeping your knees somewhat together. Women have hips so our knees can't go completely together. So, just separating your feet so that you can see each foot. It's that wide because your butt is going to sit between your feet. Okay? So that's what you're doing, and you might need a block. You probably will if you haven't done this before. So put a block under your butt so that you can sit between your heels and lengthen your spine upwards. Really feeling your seat bones ground into your surface underneath you. And that grounding allows you to lift up out of each vertebrae, lengthening the spine towards the crown of the head, as though you were a flower, reaching for the sun. Breathe in deep. Good. Now let's just bring your arms next to you, pressing your palms outward as your thumbs go back behind you, so your pinkies are actually lifting higher. If you can't do that, then just